Welcome back to the Deep Dive. This is where we take the sources you send our way, really dig into them, and give you the key insights, quick and clear. So today's topic, this one really hits home for, well, pretty much everyone, I think. Anyone who's been through high school or maybe has kids going through it right now. We're talking about high school after-school activities. Extracurriculars. It's this whole world, often high stakes, sometimes stressful. Yeah, thinking about college applications or just, how students should spend their time after that final bell rings. It feels like a topic just packed with implications for, well, for future success. We were totally geared up, ready to look at the data, like, should you specialize in one thing? Or try lots of stuff? Does debate club pay off more than, say, volunteering? We want to find out what really moves the needle. Okay, let's unpack this.
Right, that was definitely the plan. And the sources seemed promising at first glance. We got two items. One was a file labeled excerpts from high school after-school activities.
Good.
And the other was simply a document heading, also high school after-school activities. So the topic was crystal clear.
Seems straightforward enough.
Exactly. And it's a rich topic, like you said. I mean, it connects straight into academic performance, social development, learning those soft skills employers talk about. We were all set to connect those dots for you.
Yeah, sounds like a classic deep dive setup.
Well, here's the thing. This is where our mission had to take a pretty sharp, immediate turn, an adjustment, let's say. While the title itself is fascinating, I mean, it clearly caught your attention, you sent it in for a reason, the actual content.
Uh-oh. What about it?
It was empty, completely empty.
Empty? What do you mean empty? Like sparse?
I mean empty. Zero content. We have the title, as I said. We have the headers listed in the file structure.
Yeah.
But the actual text, the data, the statistics, any analysis, case studies, nothing. The core information we were supposed to synthesize for this deep dive, it's just absent. It's like we were sent a cover page and maybe a table of contents outline, but none of the chapters.
Wow. Okay. Unexpected. We always promise to dive deep into the material you share, but
Yeah.
How do you dive deep when there's literally no water in the pool?
Precisely. It's actually kind of a lesson in itself, right? About assumptions and, information gaps.
So given that our whole thing is analyzing the content you provide,
Yeah.
and the content here is, well, just the title.
Then our conversation about the analysis part has to be, by necessity, incredibly brief, almost non-existent, really.
Right. Can't analyze what isn't there.
Exactly. So maybe the most important insight we can offer today is recognizing what we don't have and perhaps reflecting on why you were curious about this topic in the first place. We can't dissect the activities based on this source, but we can think about the question you were asking.
Okay, that makes sense. So what does this mean for you, the listener? The fact that you flagged high school after-school activities. Even sending us essentially a blank file about it. It tells us something, right? It suggests you're probably grappling with the choices involved, maybe feeling the pressure, thinking about how much these activities really matter for the future. Is it just about padding a resume, or is there genuine character building going on? That underlying question, that motivation behind sending this in, that's the real starting point now, not the missing data.
Precisely. And think about this. If the data had been there, if we had pages of analysis, the conversation probably wouldn't have just been about, is chess club better than soccer?
Right.
It would have been about what outcomes those activities actually deliver. What measurable result are you looking for you personally or for your student?
That's a good point. Less about the activity name, more about the result.
Yes. And that leads to, I think, an important question. This raises an important question for you to maybe think about as you look for better sources on this. What's the outcome you value most? Is it about developing concrete, tangible skills, maybe coding or public speaking? Or is it more about building resilience, grit, learning to deal with setbacks?
Or maybe something else.
Or is it maybe the networking aspect, building relationships, long-term connections? Which of those potential outcomes, skills, resilience, or networking, which one offers the greatest long-term return for you based on your own goals or your child's goals? Try focusing on that desired result, maybe, rather than just the name of the extracurricular on a list. Don't just tick the box. Think about the why.
That's a fantastic pivot. Okay, so focus on the outcome you value most, not just what you think looks good on paper.
Well, thank you for sending this topic in. Even though the file itself was, let's call it a placeholder, the topic is clearly super compelling and obviously struck a chord.
It really did. We definitely encourage you to keep looking for info on that outcome-focused question. See what you find out there.
Absolutely. Keep asking those questions. Keep seeking that knowledge.
We'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.